Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and this is a triple shot of Tier 7 action in today's video. Tier 7 action featuring my old mate Defiance. Defiance from the Flying Squirrels. He's the commander of the Flying Squirrels. He's in the good old trusty T20, the Tier 7 American medium tank. And with its massive 90mm gun, 240 alpha damage, 126 pen. That's with standard ammunition, 243 penetration. With premium. No idea where that shot towards the SPIC went, but he's been sent back to the garage in his state. Waiting for the gun to reload. Not quite in time to get a shot into the side of the T54, but he's playing around in the middle part of mines, hoping for some cheeky shots into these enemy tanks. The IS-3 that was, not the IS-2, the IS-3 missed that shot as well, and you're probably thinking, what are you doing, Stewie? What are you setting this video up for? He's done nothing yet. Don't worry. Old Defiance. He knows what he's doing in the T20. The AT7 advising the T20 to do something else in the in-game chat. Not really sure what it is. Moves into this little position over here, which I was first brought to the attention of this little position here by my old mate Elite Commando, who he'll be coming up in a few replays in probably the next week or so. This is a pretty groovy spot to get some damage in while the enemy team are going. Crossing that gap up towards the mine. Now, I don't reckon he thought the Martian had his side there. Luckily enough, his tracks ate the shot from the Tier 8 German heavy tank. That shot 246 alpha damage. That's pretty good for Tier 7. That's not too bad at all. Bear in mind, it's a medium tank, and it is a tank. It's a tank known. People who like to pad their statistics at Tier 7 do tend to like the T20, but when you're up against Tier 9s, 3 Tier 9 tanks on each team, of course the T54 on the enemy side has been taken out already, which is a massive advantage for Defiance and his team. Now he's getting spotted probably from the lighthouse, that's why he's looking around there. He's trying to get some vision over there towards the west. Nothing been spotted there, and of course there's nothing over there, there's no light tanks or anything. I'm not sure if that's where the A44 went and was taken out. That's definitely a possibility, but Defiance in the mighty American T20, the Tier 7 medium tank. He's looking towards the mouse and really needs to aim. Takes him for another 257 hit points. Of course, it's going to take about 10 more shots to get rid of him, but he might as well keep chipping away. Looks like he switched to APCR rounds, and why wouldn't you in a Tier 7 going up against a big Tier 9 mouse gun? Probably the most heavily armoured Tier 9 tank, the mouse gun. Of course, the mouse is known for its armor, of course, at Tier 10. The mouse gun, the one that leads to it. Maybe that's the most heavily armored Tier 9. I'm not sure. I've been running around in the T10, and I'll tell you what, that's got some pretty handy armor. Now, did you see that? I didn't notice that before. 2 marks of excellence on the gun barrel. So, Defiance from the Flying Squirrels certainly enjoys this tank, showing great patience. I reckon if this had been me, I would have been out there by now, and possibly even dead. Gets one shot into the side of the turret of the mouse gun. The mouse gun shoots back towards Defiance, misses. Defiance knows he's got time to aim. Don't think that's going to go through, and no, it's not. Even though it's APCR, it is at the end of the day a Tier 7 tank up against a big, heavily armoured Tier 9. 4-2's the score. He's got 743 damage, 490 damage blocks. Looking out towards the west now, probably starting to think, maybe there's something out there, and maybe I'm pushing my luck against his mouse gun. Luckily enough to be still on full health in the T20 as the Revelarici goes down, aka the Ravioli tank. One that I used to really have trouble pronouncing not too long ago. There's the Leo camping back there at H1. That's what that Leo does need to be respected though, even though it's Tier 7. It's got a pretty high alpha damage gun as well, higher than the alpha damage of the T20 of 240 hit points. Defiance just running up here, looking around. He gets spotted possibly by the Leo. There it is. There's the Leo. The Leo's just fired. Now, Defiance is no dummy. He knows that the Leo's got a long reload. Does have a good high alpha damage gun. Is he pushing his luck, going for a second shot into the Tier 7 Swedish medium tank? No, he's not. The Leo is running away, which is maybe the right thing to do. Headshot into the T29, takes the gun out of the game on the enemy team, because with the new matchmaker, 3 Tier 9s, I think it's, how many Tier 8s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 Tier 8s, and 7 Tier 7 tanks. So the majority of the enemy team are going to be Tier 7s, but of course there's some big guns left on the enemy team. The mouse gun, who's already picked up 3 kills. The IS-3, the OHO, the FV-4202, the OODs, they've all got pretty, they're all going to put some damage into Defiance if he's not too careful. 6-5, nothing to panic about yet. He's picked up a kill. He's found that Leo, puts a shot into the Leo. Leo shoots him and takes off his tracks. Quick tap at the 4 key, fixes that. Pulls back. Oh, he's confident that he's going to beat him on the reload. Zooming out, looking towards the IS-3. The IS-3's pretty safe behind that rock there. Needs to get rid of this Leo first. And of course now the Panther decides to turn up. He puts a shot into the lower plate of the American, not the American Panther, the German Panther. How about a bit of a hand, AT7? That AT7's not going to move anytime soon. You can see the Panther just fired, puts a shot. Defiance puts a shot into the bottom of the Panther. The AT7 is probably in a relatively safe hull down position. Not sure how he's aiming here, Defiance, from the Flying Squirrels. I have seen this before. He doesn't do what I do. I generally zoom right in and shoot, but I think he's was he auto-aiming then? I'm not sure. Looks like he might have been auto-aiming. 8-7's the score on mine. It's just a Leo left over here on this little flank. He'll be hoping that the AT7 comes to help. He does. So does the ISU 152 from back here. Puts a big bullet into the side of the temple. Executes the Leo, and he gets sent back to the garage. Possibly to fight again. Fires clutch towards the IS2 and kills it. What? That was not World of Tanks. I don't know what's happening here. Defiance from the Flying Squirrels. Look, man, I don't know what you're doing. I really do not know what's Anyway, the score's 10-8. Defiance is on 3 kills, 2,701 damage, 490 damage blocked. Puts a beautiful shot into the side of the FV4202, the premium British Tier 8 medium tank. Something just hit him for 532 as well. Possibly that no, it wouldn't have been the SU. Maybe the Jag. No, what would have hit him for 500? I've got no idea. Mouskin, there you go, the Mouskin. Still on. He's not that far off full health. I don't think it was really necessary to run away from the fight when you're in probably the best tank in the in this battle, not the game in general, but in this game. The Mouskin, he's got 4 kills though. I'm not sure why the Mouskin could have reliably bounced the JTIG 8.8. That's the premium, and maybe help the Oho who's up there and who's now just going to get farmed by Defiance from the Flying Squirrels in that T20. The score's 11-9, 3,232 damage. He's blocked a little bit. He's got a little bit of assisted damage. The AT7 is slowly coming to help, and Defiance, the commander of the Flying Squirrels, moving towards that cap circle. Very interesting way of playing this. Look, I'm not a big fan of Tier 7s. It's a pretty groovy tank. He's got 2 marks of excellence on the gun barrel. He knows what he's doing. Very interesting way of aiming towards the enemy team. Now, I'm not sure what that Rimmy Borsig is going to be doing. Looks like he's had that on free camera for a minute, so that's why that looked a little bit weird. Getting behind the Udez, auto aim is all you need to do when you're behind this bad boy. He doesn't want to get in front of that Udez's gun though, and of course the Udez does have the mobility to even maybe almost outmaneuver a medium tank. But Defiance picks up his 4th kill. Not sure why the Udez wasn't shooting. Clearly he didn't want to shoot while he was on the move and not in the siege mode. And just the Mouskin left. How that Rheinmetall Borsig Waffentrager is still alive, I do not know. He hasn't got any armor, and these guys are clearly looking for the Seagull kill on the Mouskin. Now the Mouskin is quite possibly behind a building, so those tank destroyers on the mine may not have shots on him, and that's why the Flying Squirrel Defiance from the Flying Squirrels is going to try and move around, get some kind of flanking maneuver on this big bad German heavy tank. Gets behind him, gets away from that German gun, auto aims, picks up the kill. 5 kills to Defiance, 15-10 the score, 5 kills, over 4,500 hit points of damage. That was a weird one. That was certainly an odd game, but you take the wins. That was just weird. That's how you can carry a Tier 9 game in a Tier 7 tank, folks. That was an absolute ripper of a battle. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Fighter Medal, Duelist, Fire for Effect, you know that one, the one that I can't say. High Caliber, 5 kills, 4,651 hit points of damage, 1814 base experience. That's not with the double or a premium account multiplier. That is the base score, 1814, which is absolutely fantastic. In the T20, of course, the T20, that's why he got nearly 5,500 experience at the end of the day. Because he's low tier, tier 7 gets a multiplier for the experience when you're bottom tier, as does every tier. And the lower tier, you know what I mean. You get the bonus. So that's why I got 1,814. 29 shots fired, 25 hit, 20 went through. I thought it would have been less than that, but that was 4,651 damage. 531 sniped. He was right up in the heat of it all day long. Lost a few credits with the standard account because he was firing a little bit of APCR when he had to. And why wouldn't you when you're up against those heavily armoured tier 9s in a tier 7 tank? That was an ace tanker from the old mate Defiance, the commander of the Flying Squirrels in the T20, the tier 7 American medium tank. As we move on to another game, this is Shellsponge from Elric Clan. Shellsponge in the SPIC, the little German light tank, which just looks funny, doesn't it? Have a look at it. He's got a mark of excellence on it, and he certainly knows what he's doing. He's got chocolate on the SPIC. Now Shellsponge. Shellsponge in the SPIC. He's from Elric Clan. Cool. Tell me about the SPIC, Stewie. That's what I was going to do. 90mm gun, 220 alpha damage, 158 penetration. That's with standard. 210 with heat rounds, which is premium ammunition. Now it used to have an autoloader. It used to be a 3-shot autoloader. Shellsponge says g'day to Sir Hawkeye from one of our clan, an absolute gentleman. As Shellsponge continues to soak up the assisted damage. He's just already up to 2,000 assisted damage. After 2 minutes, after 1 minute, 2,500 assisted damage after a minute of this game, a minute and a bit. Anyway, we're on, what's it called? Fisherman's Bay? Of course it's called Fisherman's Bay. What are you talking about, Stewie? Shellsponge, been a great supporter of my Twitch channel as well. A massive thanks to him. A hell of a nice guy, very active in the chat. If you ever see him on Twitch, make sure you say g'day. He's always up for a chat and a bit of a giggle, a bit of a laugh, and look, at times, expert commentary on my unusual gameplay maybe. But anyway, this replay is about Shellsponge. He's just been spotted again, even though he's behind a bush. Now, of course, this chocolate, that's going to help his reload time and his aim time and all that kind of crap. But the main thing, when you're a light tank, that's really going to help your vision and camouflage rating to try and make it as hard as possible for the enemy team to see what you're up to. The score is 0-0. We're on Fisherman's Bay. He's up to 2,500 assisted damage. A couple of minutes have passed. He has got one damaging shot from the IKV-90B, the Ike tank, Tier 7 Swedish TD, which is probably kicking back towards B2, where the Conway was last seen. Looking towards the E75. Is he going to do it? Did my coaster just stick to my coffee cup? It did. Anyway, the first shot into the E75 does nothing. Switches to heat rounds, which is, you're going to have a better chance. I mean, even though you got the side of the turret of the E75, it's still an E75, and you're still in a SPIC. So that's what Shellsponge is thinking. He's thinking, well, I'm double bushed here because you can't see through that tree. This is what, when people talk about double bushed, for those watching at home, when people talk about double bushed, it's got nothing to do with the 70s. It's all about not being able to see through that bush. Then that means that tank that you're shooting at will never be able to spot you. However, T71DA up here may be able to spot him if he's close enough, or somebody else from a different angle could certainly be able to spot the tank. But that E75 had no chance because Shellsponge was doing the right thing and he was double bushed with lots of bushes. The turned opaque, can shoot through it without fear of being lit. Auto aims on the Comet. Not sure where that first shot went. Second shot might have killed him, but the T30 does its job, gets rid of the Tier 7 British medium tank, and that evens it up again at 3 apiece. Shellsponge on 3,000 assisted damage already, and he's just put that into the comments. 3k spotting, happy days. You'll take that all day long. That's pretty good when you're in a Tier 7. That's just what you can do in a Tier 7 light tank when you're in a Tier 9 game. Similar to what you saw Defiance. Defiance wasn't really about spotting though, was it? It was more about just chipping away and using the DPM of the medium tank to just using the DPM or just chipping away at these enemy tanks. Questing fire at the KV4, very interesting place to go in a KV4, even though there's only, it's a tier 9 game, there's only 3 tier 9s. KV4 clearly deciding he wants to see what it's like to snipe in a KV4. I'm not really sure what he was thinking there. AMX30 getting a little bit of attention from the T44. Shellsponge continuing to roll forward. Looking at the IKV, puts one shot into him. Gee, it must have a very, very low shell velocity. That seemed to take ages for the shell to get there. There goes the IKV-90B, taken out by the AMX-30. He was nice and brave up there. Interesting to see. We'll see how the AMX-30 goes at the end of this battle compared to these guys that kick back here. The 257, top tier, and the T30. Now, T30's got 3 kills, 257's got 1, the AMX-30's got 3. At the end of this game, we'll see how all 3 of those tier 9 tanks went. And we'll see if is it worth kicking back and sniping when you're in a tank that's arguably pretty heavily armoured, the 257, and even the T30 as a tank destroyer. Now, the 257 just team killed the T30. I'm not sure why. Not sure what happened there. Nothing popping up in the chat. We do see some funny things on this channel, and of course we do see some funny things on the Australian and the Asian server. Shellsponge puts a shot into the T71. That's the auto-loading American Tier 7 light tank. That was split. Remember, the T71 was split. There's two lots of Tier 7 American light tanks now. The T71 and the T71DA and the T71 something else. Auto aims and shoots the AMX 1357F. Now that's something that they wanted to get rid of pretty quickly because that has got an insane rate of fire. Less than a second between shots from memory, which is pretty goddamn good. 4,417 assisted damage, 1152 damage done. Hasn't picked up any kills. T30 got killed by the Object 257, who hasn't moved from G1, so maybe he was being an absolute arsehole, and he's probably being kicked from the game, I guess. The Object 257. Cheney 007 from EGLE clan. Maybe there was a perfectly good reason. I'm not sure. Maybe there wasn't a perfectly good reason. Maybe the T30 started it. But Shellsponge has a good game in the end. 1376 damage done. That was seen, plus a hell of a lot of assisted damage. Let's go to the battle result and see what we're talking about. Have a look at that. Now, did I mention that he had a mark of excellence on his tank? I certainly saw it, but maybe the brain was working a little bit faster than the mouth could keep up with. He picked up his second mark of excellence on the tank, the Sparpanzer SPIC, SPIC, or is it SP1C, one of the two. Who knows, who cares? Shellsponge from Elric clan. The 2 marks of excellence. I think he might have... Has he joined 1AR? He might have joined 1AR. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Spotter Medal, Fire for Effect, Confederate Medal, Patrol Duty. He did the job. 1,596 hit points of damage, 1130 base experience, 4,417 assisted damage. That's why it turned into an ace. All that assisted damage, that's what the go is. Hats off to the AMX30. He certainly had a good one, not sniping, with the second highest amount of damage. 257, that's why he got kicked out, because 900 damage and 1 kill. 900 damage was... that's more than 1 shot. That's 2 or 3 shots to kill that T30. The T30, I'm not sure what happened there. The T30 did not kill anybody, but did not do any team damage, I should say. Shellsponge from Elric, 38,464 hit points. In that game that went for less than 7 minutes, 12 shots fired, 10 hits, 7 went through, but it was all about the assisted damage, 4,417. As we move on to our third and final replay of today's video, let's click on the button first, Stewie, before you make a fool of yourself. This is my old mate, WHyYaTiltedBro. WHyYaTiltedBro. In the T71, we were talking about the T71 not too long ago. T71DA, that's an auto-loading American light tank. Now, WHyYaTiltedBro has recently joined Shellsponge's old clan, which is Elric, and but in this video he was in Perth clan. What am I trying to say? Rightio, T71DA. Now there's 2 T71s. The DA is the auto-loading version. 76mm gun, 150 alpha damage, 145 penetration, that's with standard, 210 with heat rounds, which is premium ammunition. He's on Sand River. Now, I was right, Shellsponge has left Elric clan. Hell of a nice guy. Always often in my Twitch channel, which I appreciate a hell of a lot. WHyYaTiltedBro, on the other hand, he was with Perth, now he's with Elric. That's why I was a little bit confused and just doing some quick Googling as this game was loading up. Now, WHyYaTiltedBro in the T71DA. Getting nice and brave, not kicking back sniping like the 257 was on Fisherman's Bay. Getting some a little bit of assisted damage, spotting tanks, getting very brave. Looks like he might have his eye on that Said Tamil. He's done the right thing. Waited till artillery hit him, and now he can just unload with that autoloader. 2 shots, 2 shots, 3 shots. One more shot should be able to kill him. He's got 2 shells left in the clip. Now he's only got 1 shell, and here comes the AMX-12T. That's another autoloader. Even though it's tier 6, if that AMX-12T can count, which I'm not saying he can, but if he can count, then that AMX-12T will be thinking, hang on, this T71 could be on the reload now. But WHyYaTilted platooned up with his old mate Jaeger Sniper 5 from Perth Clan as well in the E25. Now, I might as well say it because people are going to say it. Pretty stupid, stupid's probably not the right word to use. He's going to chip away at the AMX-12T anyway. Probably take a reload now. Now, the E20... I'm not going to say it's stupid, but the E25 has preferential matchmaker. The E25 will never see a tier 9 tank unless you platoon with somebody like WHyYaTiltedBro in the T71DA. Not blaming either of these players for the slight failure in matchmaking. Now this is just free money. The Scorpion G clearly AFK. Oh no, I think the Scorpion G might have just fired, and he's allowed him to put a full clip into the side of the premium German tank destroyer. That's going to certainly help his score at the end of the day. 2 kills to WHyYaTiltedBro from Perth Clan. Jaeger Sniper in the E25. Gee, tanks going down left, right and centre. 8-1, 9-1 the score now. The A43 is on the cap. Of course, that Scorpion G is long dead, and WHyYaTiltedBro now just looking for some... a little bit more easy damage. He's down to 300 hit points. Not many tanks could kill him with 1 shot. The VK, possibly, that's about it. And just looking for a little bit of chai sniping here into the side of the KV85 at tier 6. That should be it for him. Still got a few bullets left. Unload into the Super Pershing before he turns and aims. He has aimed and fired towards WHyYaTiltedBro, but so he puts the last shell in rather than take a reload early. Put the last shell into the Super Pershing, pull back, 3 kills, 2,209 damage, 900 assisted. And yeah, what I was talking about with the preferential matchmaking, E25 as well as a number of other tanks in water tanks have preferential matchmaking. If you're new to the game, that means instead of seeing 2 tiers higher, we'll only see 1. So some people would say that the E25 and the T71DA is a bad platoon matchup because you're risking seeing tier 9s in a tank such as the E25, which is not designed to see tier 9s, and that's one reason why a lot of people say it is overpowered. Now, the E25 looks like the E25 might be a bit of a wanker. He's just team killed somebody, which who knows? Who knows what happened there? T3485M is the only tank left on the enemy team, and here he is. And WHyYaTiltedBro saying, "You beauty, I've got the rear." So the first 2 shots, basically free hits into the T3485M. He cops 1 shot. He can probably afford to... No, he can't afford to take any more shots. But he picks up his 4th kill, carries the game. Good job, E25, says the A43. And look, I don't blame him. It's never good to be team killed. And that's the wrong page. Here we go. WHyYaTiltedBro from Perth Clan platooned up with an E25, which is a very interesting choice. And look, the guy's a bit of a troll. Who knows what he was thinking? But the E25 clearly having a rough day, killing one of his teammates. Spotted plenty of tanks, WHyYaTiltedBro, in the T71. Let's not take anything away from WHyYaTiltedBro's performance. He had an absolute ripper. 1,358 base experience, nearly 3,000 damage. Clearly aced it. Not sure why the E25 decided... Oh, it was only for 5 hit points, so maybe he nudged the KV85. He wasn't having a great day, but then again, T71 had an absolute ripper. 28 shots fired, 27 hit, 22 went through. Nearly 3,000 damage done. Ace Tanker, your beauty. How many kills was it? 4 kills. Ace is at nearly 37,000 credits after tax. That's with a premium account in the T71DA. That's the auto-loading American light tech. Massive thanks for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Shellsponge in the SPIC, WHyYaTiltedBro in the T71, and Defiance, the commander of the Flying Squirrels in the mighty T20. Thanks for watching. The next video might be a live recording, doing some live recordings on Twitch, live recordings of replays. Hopefully that's a good idea. Let me know what you think. Feel free to tune in on Twitch, and you might see some live recordings of replays such as this one. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and see you all next time.